Emily in Paris ended with the most dramatic cliffhanger in season 3, and looks like Lily Collins is having fun teasing everyone. But here's what's really frustrating. There are just a lot of cliffhangers at the end of season 3, and it kind of all blows up at the end. So, guys, here's the thing. I live off drama, alright? But I also enjoy watching stuff that doesn't require my brain to do a lot of brain gymnastics. And here's where Emily in Paris basically ticks off all the boxes. An American who has the caucasity to tell French people what to do? Drama, check. Expensive shoes, bags, and Instagrammable views of the city of love? Double check. Oh, and not to mention a hot chef in the mix as eye candy? Yeah, Netflix pretty much had me sold there. But while I assumed this would have been an easy show to binge watch, season 3 def proved me wrong. Like, geez, all of that in the final 10 minutes of the show? Yeah, I think my brain's chemistry completely altered watching that. Even had to get a notepad to track it all down. From Emily confronting Camille about her affair with Sophia, to Camille watching Em and Gabrielle hug, to her dropping the baby bomb on the chef, to her calling off the wedding and walking out. And then Alfie walked out. Yeah, it all got pretty hot and heavy for a second. And not the good kind. Not to mention the scene that was a long time coming. Emily and Gabrielle finally confessed their feelings for each other. Okay, well, sure, they've been fighting the urge to rip each other's clothes off all season, but the finale was like the first time the two of them had been honest with each other. Because, if I'm being totally honest here, watching that love triangle... Wait, it's not even a triangle anymore. It's a pentagon. A crazy, messed up pentagon. So yeah, watching this love pentagon that started with Em, Camille, Gabrielle, Alfie, and now Sophia, it's all just so frustrating to watch. And it's a good thing Lily Collins agrees here too. She told Entertainment Weekly that in season 3, Emily makes a decision at first and tries to stick to it, but she kind of falters around episode 6 when the dominoes start to fall. And of course, by the end of the finale, there was a lot that fans had to digest, so much so that as soon as the episode stopped, I was subconsciously clicking the right end of my screen for the next episode to pop up. It's that bizarre. But do you know what else is bizarre?
I know that I'm probably not his favorite person after the Cadeau mess.
Some of the questionable dialogues from the show. Don't get me wrong, I love the show. In fact, I cleared my schedule to watch it even. But really, Em? Comparing perfume to poetry? Yeah, I don't care how high-end and exclusive Maison Laveau actually is. There's no one in their right mind who would spritz perfume on their wrist and say, "Oh wow, this feels like I'm wearing the road not taken."
Smells really good.
I don't know what went down in that writer's room when this scene was being written, but this was so corny that I'm pretty sure even Lily Collins questioned her career. But probably not as much as when she had to give that monologue. Yep, we're talking about the Basic B monologue. So, over the years, being basic is something that's really not a popular vibe among the new kids on the block. And to be honest, when I first saw Lily step into Emily's shoes, it was kind of impressive how she fit the entire Basic B vibe. No hate to Lily though. Love her entire vibe. But what was surprising was how the show acknowledged the whole Basic B thing through Emily herself. In season 1, during Regard, Emily goes up to Pierre Cadeau and tries to defend herself in a monologue about being labeled basic. She tells him that he's right about his assumption of her, and that she really is a basic with a bag charm, but that's only because she and her friends were obsessed with Gossip Girl, and all she ever wanted was to be Serena Vanderwoodson in her gorgeous, crazy, expensive couture. Now sure, Serena was a whole vibe of her own, but come on, would you want to be her when Blair Waldorf literally exists? After watching Emily for 3 seasons now though, I can see why she wanted to be Serena and not Blair, but that's still not the cringiest thing to happen. It's actually the show's whack obsession with euphemisms for perfume. Again, you thought wearing poetry was weird? Try expensive While Antoine gave just the right amount of daddy energy, he also had his way with words. At a party together, he and Emily sort of had a brief conversation about what his company's perfume smelled like. And when I say brief, oh, it really was brief. And no, it didn't smell like wearing poetry either. No, that's classic Cooper. What Antoine did was just enough to give me secondhand embarrassment. The man literally sniffed the poor girl and left her hanging by saying, "Expensive." What I can only assume was an attempt to flirt with her. Obviously, Emily was super confused by his words, which led him to clarify that that's what his company's perfume smells like to him. Expensive. Oh, for the love of... Speaking of which, the show has some pretty questionable segues into a hookup, and they even use props, like when Emily put a glass on her boob to flirt. Now, I know we've all got our inner thoughts, but I don't think you have ever given in to putting your boob in a champagne glass if your mind tells you to. That's just weird. Not to mention, uncomfortable too. In another hilarious attempt to flirt with Camille's mysterious hunk of a brother, Emily thinks it's a great idea to cup her boob with a champagne glass that was modeled after Marie Antoinette's breast.
They were modeled after Marie Antoinette's breasts.
Something about being the ideal size and shape to deliver pleasure. But that's not even the worst part. Things become a little too chaotic when she realizes the truth about Camille's brother, Timothy. After they get intimate, Emily finds out that Timothy's actually 17. Now, I'm no one to shame people for having one-night stands, and I'm definitely no age gap shamer too, but this one was probably the worst decision production could have taken. I get it, making Emily desperate was crucial for the plot. She had to get over Gabrielle somehow, but letting her have with her friend's brother, who's technically still a kid in America? Yeah, that wasn't the kind of rebound Emily had in mind. And to make matters worse, Timothy's mom asked Emily about her son's performance. She asked Emily straight to her face at the breakfast table with everyone around if her son was a good lover. Imagine! Now, if I was in Emily's place, I would have excused myself to the bathroom, probably booked a one-way ticket back to Chicago, and changed my name or something. But Emily's a bigger person than I am.
I think you're the one bringing the drama.
And much, much more brave, because despite being weirded out by the question, she actually went into detail about how sweet and gentle Timmy was, not before asking herself why she was even doing that in the first place. But hey, there's not much you can salvage after you've been exposed for making consensual love to an underage lover. Either way, I know a parent's concern is heartwarming and all, but I guess there's certain stuff that should be off limits here. That's all for the dramatic cliffhangers and cringeworthy moments from your favorite show, Emily in Paris. See you in the next video.